All right, so yesterday we started talking about like terms, which means terms that are the same, have the same variable. So look at this list, and I'd like somebody to tell me two of these or a couple of these that have the same variable. In other words, are like terms. Lucas, tell me two.
5z and 12z.
So 5z and 12z, we could combine those because they have the same variable. Natalie?
18x and 9x.
And there's one more. Good. All of these go together. 18x, x, and 9x, because this x by itself is an understood 1, right? It's an understood 1. Okay, what else? Kendall?
10 and a
Yeah, 10 and a half. Even though one of them is a fraction and the other is not, they're still both numbers, so we can combine them. Okay? So that's what we want to remember. Because remember, the whole purpose of combining like terms is to write something in the shortest way possible. We're taking something long and we're turning it into something short by combining the things that we can. All right, so let's go to one more important thing. And so at the top of page 15, I know that we have not filled out our table of contents. We'll do that tomorrow. But go to, page 16. On the top of page 16, I want you to write the words like terms. Like terms. And we're just going to write a few notes down. I didn't give you doodle notes this time. We'll just write a few notes down as we're talking. So the first thing I want to talk about is the difference between these two things, because people frequently confuse them, and these are very important to understand the difference between. So if you'll write on your paper 6x and then over, kind of a little bit over from it, write 6 plus x. And we're going to talk about what the difference between these two is, because it's very important for us to get. Okay, so if I have 6x, that means 6 times x. That means this. X plus x plus x plus x plus x plus x. 6 times. 6 of them. Write that on your paper, okay? That's what that means. 6x is just a shortcut way of writing this. Okay? Now, if I have 6 plus x, it looks like this. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. That's 6 of them. Plus x. Okay, do you see that these are very different things? And just to prove that example to you, let's say that I told you that x equaled 2 in this example. So if x equals 2, the first one is going to look like this. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Please write all this in your notes so you have it, okay? Now, if I add all of that together, it's going to give me what? 12. I want you to be able to refer back to this, because right now you're thinking, I get it, but in a minute you might make a mistake. Okay, so on the bottom one then, it would look like this. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2. What does that equal? 8, right? Equals 8. Okay, do you see they're very different things? So it's really important to understand the difference between we're adding here, we're multiplying here, because people will get those two things confused. Okay? All right, now we're going to move on to the next thing, and just keep that in mind as we keep going. Okay, so remember, we're going to call them like terms, we're going to call them families, and you can always put those families together, and you always take the sign in front of the number. So in this example, we have a plus a plus a, that's 3a. Because there were 3 of them, right? And then we have 4a, take away 2a, that gives us 2a, right? And remember this one at the bottom. If you have 3a plus 2b, 2a plus 3b, you can't combine them, right? Because we have a's and b's not in the same family. You can't combine them, okay? So it just stays the same. 2a plus 3b. All right, you with me? All right, let's do an example together. If you'll write this problem on that page, just kind of in the middle of the page, and we're going to do it together. So go ahead and copy it real quick, and then we'll start talking. Okay, so I've drawn 2 lines here, and basically I'm going to call these houses that we're going to put the families in. So how many families do we have up here? How many different groups do we have?
3.
3, right? We have the X family, the Y family, and the number family. So above each one of these houses, and you don't have to do this every time, but I want to teach you this skill so that if these are hard or confused, or you get confused, you'll have it. So if you'll draw those 2 little lines like I have, and then you're going to make this one the X family, the Y family, and the number family. So all we're going to do is put the members of each family into their house. Okay, so for the X family, we have 3X. And by the way, this part I would do every single time. I would circle these as you use them, because if you forget to circle them, you might forget one of the numbers and then you get the wrong answer. So every time, if you'll just circle them, then you know once everything's circled, you've used everything. So we have 3X, and then remember the sign in front. So 3X and minus X. Those are all the members of the X family. Okay, how many members do we have in the Y family? 1. It's plus 2Y. So plus 2Y. And then in the number family, we have plus 3 and plus 6. Now, I've got them all circled, so I know I used all of them. I didn't leave any out. And now all I have to do is combine them. So 3X minus an X gives us 2X. And don't forget, this is an important part. Put a plus sign. Are you copying this? Are you copying this? Okay, and then we have 2Y. He just stays the same. And then plus what?
9.
9. Very good. So our final answer, we took this longer thing and we combined like terms and we turned it into this. And we can't combine anymore because we have the X family, the Y family, and the number family. So they can't combine anymore. Okay? All right, go ahead and write this one on your paper. We're going to have 2 families this time. So we'll just write 2 groups. And one thing we didn't talk about yesterday, but I want to mention today, is that when you have just numbers by themselves, they go at the end of your list. So in other words, that's why I'm always putting the number sign last, because they go at the end. All right, so who's in the X family? 2X and minus X. Don't forget the symbol in front. And in the number family, we have plus 5 and plus 1. Okay, so 2X, take away an X, leaves us with? X plus what?
6.
So all of that simplified to X plus 6. All right, go ahead and do this one on your own. Just keep writing it on your paper. Go ahead and divide it into the 3 families, and let's see how far you can get. We'll talk about it in just a second. Okay, hopefully that's what you have so far. Now, if you didn't put yours in alphabetical order, it's okay, but it's good if you did. It's better if you did. Now, let's go ahead and combine them. So we have 4C plus 3C is 7C plus 8X minus X is 7X, and 7 minus 2 is 5. And don't forget your plus signs in between.